You have probably heard that humans are destroying the planet. Climate change, deforestation, plastic in the ocean. But here is what nobody tells you. We have done this before. 75,000 years ago. Before cities, before farming, before writing, before any of that. A small group of humans walked out of Africa. And within 10,000 years, most of the largest animals on Earth were gone. Not from a meteor, not from a volcano, from us. And the strangest part? We did not even know we were doing it. The world we destroyed. To understand what happened, you need to picture a world that no longer exists. 20,000 years ago, Earth was a different planet. Australia had wombats the size of hippopotamuses, giant kangaroos 3 meters tall, a marsupial lion that hunted in packs. North America had mammoths the size of school buses, giant ground sloths that weighed 5 tons, a short-faced bear that stood 4 meters tall on its hind legs, the largest land predator that has ever lived. South America had a glyptodont, essentially an armored car made of bone, the size of a Volkswagen Beetle, wandering the grasslands. Europe and Asia had woolly mammoths, woolly rhinos, cave lions, cave bears, giant deer with antlers spanning 4 meters across. This was the megafauna, the great animals, the giants of the Pleistocene. They had survived ice ages. They had survived volcanic eruptions. They had survived millions of years of everything the planet could throw at them. And then, humans arrived. The pattern. Here is the pattern that changed everything for scientists. Australia. Humans arrived approximately 46,000 years ago. Within 5,000 years, 90% of all large animal species in Australia were gone. North America. Humans arrived approximately 13,000 years ago. Within 1,000 years, 70% of all large animal species were gone. The mammoth, the mastodon, the horse, the camel, the giant sloth, all gone. South America, same story. New Zealand, humans arrived 700 years ago. Within 200 years, 40% of bird species extinct. Madagascar, humans arrived 2,000 years ago. The elephant bird, the largest bird ever to live, gone within 500 years. Every single time humans arrived somewhere new, the large animals disappeared. No exceptions. The pattern was so consistent that scientists gave it a name, the overkill hypothesis. The method. But here's what makes this story so uncomfortable. They did not do it with guns. They did not do it with factories or chainsaws or diesel engines. They did it with wooden spears. And patience. Think about it this way. A mammoth reproduces slowly. One calf every 4 or 5 years. It takes a mammoth 15 years to reach sexual maturity. A group of 10 hunters kills 1 mammoth per week. At that rate, the mammoth population does not need to be wiped out. It just needs to be unable to reproduce fast enough to replace what is being hunted. You do not need to kill every mammoth. You just need to kill slightly more than are being born. Do that consistently, for 500 years, and one day there are no mammoths left. Not because anyone decided to exterminate them, because nobody was counting. The twist. Now here's the part that should make you pause. These were not careless people. Archaeological evidence shows that early humans treated certain animals as sacred. They painted them on cave walls. They performed rituals before hunts. They gave thanks after kills. They were not thoughtless destroyers. They were careful, intelligent, spiritually aware people who had no framework to understand that their actions, multiplied across generations, were erasing species that had taken millions of years to evolve. They could not see the pattern, because the pattern played out over centuries. No individual human lived long enough to watch a species disappear. A hunter in 13,000 BCE did not know that his great-great-great-grandchildren would live in a world without mammoths. He just knew that mammoths were becoming harder to find. The mirror. You already know where this is going, because you are living inside the same pattern right now. The current extinction rate is 1,000 times higher than the natural background rate. Scientists call it the sixth mass extinction. The previous 5 were caused by asteroid impacts, volcanic eruptions, ice ages. This one is caused by one species, the same species that eliminated the megafauna 13,000 years ago. The difference is, this time we have the data. We can see the pattern. We have something no hunter in 13,000 BCE had, the ability to look at what we are doing and understand the consequences before they are irreversible. The question. So, the real question is not whether we are capable of destroying ecosystems. We have always been capable of that. The question is whether we are capable of something that no version of us has ever managed before. Changing our behavior based on a pattern we can see, but not yet feel. The mammoth hunters were not evil. They were just human. The question is, are we something more than that now? Or are we still the same creature, just with better tools? The lesson. Here is what the megafauna extinction teaches us about ourselves. We are capable of catastrophic impact without catastrophic intention. The most dangerous thing humans do is not the things we do with malice. It is the things we do thoughtlessly, one small choice at a time, that compound invisibly across decades and generations. This is true for ecosystems. It is also true for relationships, for health, for finances, for careers. The slow accumulation of small choices, none of them dramatic, none of them decisive, is almost always more destructive than a single catastrophic decision. The mammoth did not die in one dramatic moment. It died in 10,000 ordinary ones. Subscribe to Paleo Sapiens. 3 to 4 videos every week. Each one takes something that happened tens of thousands of years ago and shows you why it still matters today. Hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. And tell me in the comments, do you think modern humans are any different from the hunters who wiped out the mammoths? I genuinely want to know what you think. See you next time on Paleo Sapiens.